Good morning, everyone. So, who's ever had the problem of finding a parking space at a tourist hotspot? I'm sure many of you, it's a common problem. So today we're going to introduce an application we have developed that addresses this issue at car parks in East Lothian. I'll cover some of the background of the application and why and how we did it, and my colleague Ian will then take you through the actual system that we've developed. So what's the problem? Is this a familiar picture? This is Gullen Beach and Car Park on a busy summer's day. And it looks like the car park is very full. But is it actually full? Would you still go there if you knew it was that busy? Or would you prefer to go somewhere else, nearby perhaps, that was less busy? So really this is a problem of uncertainty. You're not sure if you will be able to get parked when you get to your destination. And if you can't, you don't know where else you can go. So what does this result in? So this results in visitors who are disappointed by arriving at a car park and it being full or very busy. You have local residents getting annoyed because you have overspill from these car parks, possibly blocking local roads. And you have local businesses possibly missing out on increased traffic from these visitors. So the question came up was, what could we do about this? What could we do to help this situation? So we started a project between the University of Edinburgh, geospatial and Internet of Things experts, Travel Tech for Scotland and East Lothian Council, with funding from the City Region deal and East Lothian's Business Recovery Fund. And what we wanted to do was look at ways how we can provide real-time information about how busy the car parks are at these beaches, which would enable users, the general public, to make informed decisions about where and when to go there. So just a little bit more of the kind of background. So East Lothian has some of the most popular and scenic beaches in Scotland, and the associated car parks can become very busy, especially during good weather. You know, we sometimes get some nice summer days, or when there's events on, for instance, the golf championships, or just particular users. For instance, one of the beach car parks becomes extremely busy every day because it's very popular with dog walkers. And also, in the last couple of years, East Lothian has seen a massive increase in the number of visitors going to these beaches post-COVID lockdowns due to a number of staycations and day trippers. So East Lothian Council wanted to enhance the visitor experience and also help local businesses benefit potentially from this increased number of visitors. So what did we do? So first thing was, how can we get this real-time information about how busy the car parks are? So to do that, we deployed sensors at each of the car parks, and you can see them here. This is the entrance to the car park, and it's the grey boxes either side of the entrance there. And these count the cars going in and out of the car parks. And together with the known capacity of each car park, we can then work out a busyness for each car park. The next question is, how then do we make this information available to the public in the most convenient and timely manner? People need to be able to get this information before they leave for their journey or while on their journey. So we developed a mobile app. And the app allows users to plan their journey confidently, knowing what the state of the car parks currently is, and alternatives nearby if necessary. It also provides local information about the facilities at each car park, about local attractions and local businesses. And it integrates with the Visit East Lothian website for additional local information. So this is just an overview diagram showing how we've deployed and configured the system, just to give you an idea of some of the challenges involved in setting this up. So on the left-hand side here, we've got our sensors at each of the car parks. And we've got them at 10 car parks currently. And they're at the entrances where you've got the big barriers and cars going in and out. Those sensors communicate with gateways over LoRaWAN, which is a long-range, low-power, wide-area network. and they communicate those to gateways. The gateways then transmit that data back to our infrastructure at the university every 5 minutes. We then process that data using the ArcGIS Python API to take the real-time information and update feature layers hosted in ArcGIS Online. The mobile device then accesses that feature layer data and updates the application. And there are various challenges along the way when deploying this. One of them is that on some sites there was a lack of power, so we had to install solar powers in some places. And also, it's patchy 4G mobile phone network at some of these car parks as well. They're quite remote, so we had to put in directional antennas there. Another challenge we had was the actual app development. So we used the Esri AppStudio framework to develop the native mobile apps for iPhone and Android devices. This enabled us to use existing functionality and templates, but also customize to our own requirements. We also did a lot of user interface development work, mock-ups, user testing, because the application had to be very simple, intuitive, and accessible for the target audience, which again is the general public. We also did a lot of testing on a lot of devices before releasing it to the app stores. We also developed the back-end technology to process the real-time feeds and update the application in real time. So I'll now pass you over to my colleague Ian, who will show you the application.
Thanks very much, Guy. So we had hoped to do a live demo today using a mobile phone, but we've had a few technical issues, so I'm afraid that's not possible. But what I'm going to do is talk about the 3 components that make up the system. We've got the app and 2 other components built on the Esri platform, which make up the solution. So first of all, the app. As Guy mentioned, the app is available to the general public, so we wanted to make it easy to use and intuitive. The home screen shows real-time car park business information for each of the beach car parks across the East Lothian region. All the data you see in the app is coming live from a hosted feature layer in ArcGIS Online, apart from the distance label, which is calculated in real time based on the user's current location. Now, these screen grabs were taken a couple of days ago, around 11 o'clock on a grey October morning, so it's not really any surprise that the majority of the beach car parks are quiet here. And I'm sure if you look at the app today, it will be a very similar situation given the rain. Clicking on a car park on that list view takes you through to the map view, where you can see the location of all the beach car parks managed by East Lothian. The selected car park is highlighted, and information is shown in the pop-up at the bottom of the screen. So we've got the same status, busyness information that we show on the home screen, but we've also got capacity and trend information. So the trend information is useful because it tells the user if the car park is getting busier, getting quieter, or if the number of vehicles in that car park is relatively stable. Users are able to get detailed directions using a number of different navigation apps, and the options presented to the user are determined by what's installed on the phone. So on this particular device I had Google Maps installed, I was in Edinburgh at the time, and I got a detailed route straight through to Gullen. The More Info link takes users directly through to the Visit East Lothian website for that particular beach, so you can find further information around parking charges, facilities and things like that. One of the key requirements of the project was that the app help direct visitors to alternative locations and attractions to help these local businesses and to help the local economy. The Things to Do menu allows users to view information based on 3 main categories. So there's accommodation, attractions, and food and drink. With some features selected, these can be displayed on the map. Users can pan, zoom around, and see what's in the area. They can click on the features and get further information with links to the Visit East Lothian website. So this information is really useful if you're in the area and you want to find other places to visit, or if you're planning to visit the area in the future. Now, the system has been live since Easter this year and proved very popular during the long hot summer that we had this year. As we heard from Guy, ordinarily the business information displayed in the app is updated automatically from the sensor values counting vehicles in and out of each car park. And this has been proven to work really well, and it's actually very accurate. However, exceptions do occur, and sometimes we do need to manually override the automatically calculated values. So 3 of the car parks don't currently have sensors installed, so the only way to get busyness information into the app for these car parks is if it's manually updated. East Lothian Council employ a number of rangers that patrol these car parks during the busy periods, so they're ideally placed to provide field updates for these features. So the solution we chose to do field updates uses Survey 123. We chose Survey 123 because it handles the online and offline working model very well. And this is important because, as Guy mentioned, some of these beach car parks are fairly remote and there's actually very poor mobile signal there. Survey 123 also supports the same security and access controls as ArcGIS Online, which means that we can restrict who has access to the update functionality. So the form that we've developed uses the inbox functionality, which is built into Survey 123, which goes away and it retrieves the current live data from the hosted feature layer in ArcGIS Online. So the user's been presented here with a list of all the car parks, and they can choose which one they want to update. So in this scenario, I'm a ranger, I'm out in the field, I've visited Skaterrow, which is one of the car parks that doesn't currently have sensors installed at it. Whilst I'm at this car park, I can see it's busy, and it's actually getting busier. So I can choose to update this by setting manual update on the form. I'm then able to set the trend as getting busier and the status as busy. The date and time that I'm carrying out this update is automatically populated by Survey 123, so I don't have to make any changes to that. Now, if I have a decent signal at this point, I can submit my changes using the tick button, bottom right, and that'll update the feature layer in ArcGIS Online immediately. If I don't have signal at this point, the changes will be saved in my outbox and then can be uploaded once signal's been restored. And because all information is stored in ArcGIS Online and accessed in real time, any changes made through Survey 123 and saved are immediately visible through the app, which means end users are always getting the most up-to-date information to see. The third and final component is an interactive dashboard. This was created to give East Lothian Council staff an overview of the situation across all car parks in the region. We have the same busyness and state trend information shown that we expose in the app, but the additional information shown in the dashboard includes the current occupancy. So this is the value that's being calculated based on the cars being counted in and out of each car park. And combining that with the capacity information, we're able to calculate the approximate number of available spaces and occupied spaces in each car park. This is really useful for council staff when they're monitoring the beach car parks during busy periods. The other bit of information that's included on the dashboard is an indicator of which car parks are set to be manually updated. So there's a couple on this screen grab. That's important because they need to be updated regularly to ensure that end users get up-to-date information. So hopefully that's given you an impression of how the different components of the system work together to create an easy-to-use solution to the common problem of visitor hotspot management. I'll hand back to you, Guy.
Okay, thanks, Ian. Obviously, it's no use having a great app if nobody uses it. So there's also been quite a lot of promotion and marketing done over the last few months, mostly by Visit East Lothian. We've had through various channels. That includes on social media. We've had a TikTok influencer make a video and publish that. We've got leaflets and flyers at all of the sites. It's on the Visit East Lothian website where you've got instructions on how to use and download it. There's been press releases, so it's been on all the local papers. And also there's been radio advertising on Forth 1 and 2. And this has had quite a good effect over the last few months. We've had 2,500 downloads, 300,000 views of the app, and also good reviews on the app stores. So just in summary, what have we done here? So we've developed an application that provides real-time information about beach car parks in East Lothian that allows the public to make informed choices and decisions about where and when to go. However, this has also other scenarios which could be useful for visitor management at tourist hotspots. For instance, RV sites, campsites, attractions, or events. Anything that could be overwhelmed by increased numbers of visitors that you want to let the public know about. So, thank you. That's all I've got. If you're going to visit East Lothian, or you're from East Lothian, please download the app. It's on the app stores. It's called Visit East Lothian. And please let us know if you have any comments or questions about it. Thank you.